Hello, this is a gameplay the 2-down level on Fox where white won by resignation under 100 moves, so that's quite impressive. Well, first of all, players on Fox, they like to continue the games even if they are dead all over the board, but this guy acknowledged that he's behind, so he didn't waste any more time for any of the players, so let's check it out. We have 2 start points, that's pretty simple, versus facing Komokus by white. This used to be Chochikun, most common Fuseki back in the day. Now obviously black attacks one of the corners to prevent the Shimari, that's very good. White plays the most common move also, this Kosumi to defend the corner. For white it's also interesting to play a Shimari in the top right corner or consider any kind of pincer like a 1 space high pincer or the 1 space low. It's also very common to play the 2 space high or even the 2 space low and a loose pincer like J17. So all these pincers are available for white, but that requires a lot of knowledge in Joseki. We will get into that in a different video. Anyway, white can also play on the same side the D14, so Keima, and also the 2 space jump at C13. This is quite popular too, but the most common move is the Kosumi, so nothing wrong so far. Now black extends 2 space jump to make a base in the top. Black can also speed up the Fuseki by attacking the top right corner as well, and when white defends again, he can think about it of some loose extension like the middle of the side or extend one closer to one of his stones or the other. So a pretty loose extension either way, but that's absolutely fine, just a 2 space extension. And here white played a corner approach on the left side, which is a large point, but again white can play the Shimari in the top right corner to prevent being attacked again, and well, that's a bit more calm, let's say. Anyway, c6 is fine. Black plays a kick, that's a bit questionable. I would almost never do it. Most of the time black should simply defend calm with a Keima, and here he can also consider a pincer, because the pincer is not going to allow white get an ideal extension on the left side. And this pincer is actually a good distance, because if black plays a tight pincer like c8, white can jump out and then play a counter pincer, either like this or like this. And now the shape is still pretty good on the left side for white. So black decided to kick and defend the corner high. Therefore, white extends 3 space jump on the left side, and that's a pretty ideal shape in that area. So that's why I always think a move like c5 it's actually helping more white than black. Therefore, the Kosumitsuke in this case it's not so amazing. Now black attacks the top right, that's good. Prevent the second Shimari, or well, the potential corner enclosure in that area. White defends again very calm and collective with this move. That's good. And black extends back. Now, when black makes a base like this, white can still invade later on at k17. And black position is pretty flat. All those stones are on the third line. So black should consider locally a move like n16, or even an Ogema at m16, or simply play Tenuki, for example r6 or r7. Because if white comes inside the top at m17, which was anyway invadable, black can come out at o16. Now when white jumps here, black will split the white groups. Now white needs to protect the right side, r12 or q12, and black simply slides in the top. So now the 2 white stones in the top are pretty thin. White needs to do something to make a base. Therefore, it's not such a big deal to allow white get that pincer. So it fits this m17, it's a little bit slack, but maybe black just played it automatically. Now this r5, it's obviously a misclick. White wanted to play r6 instead, and then probably extend back or just slide and finish up the Joseki, the basic one. So this is a sort of a thank you move. When white plays here, black is very happy to block r4. Now locally, white can speed up the Fuseki by playing a Hane and then extend back with a 2 space jump, so simply go for a Sabaki on the right side. It's also possible to play the extension at r9 or r10 without making the exchange at s4. And it's also possible for white to push up one time at q5 and then extend 3 space jump. But if black plays the Hane on top of 2 stones, in this case, white doesn't have to go for a 1 space jump and then an extension here because it feels a little bit over concentrated. But white can Hane under, which is going to create some cutting points in black's formation. So black will defend against the cuts, and then white again can extend 3 space jump. But this gives black a very strong position on the bottom, so now black will probably play k3 or k4 to go for a big bottom moya on the bottom side. So it's also a nice idea to play away. Interesting move, this entry, because this is what black wants to play from his q4 formation. So if white goes Hane and extends like this, for black it looks really good to play n3, but also an extension like k3 would work fine on the bottom now. So white is taking away black's nice shape, and here black wants to punish the stone on the right side, but it feels a little bit over concentrated. So black could play k3 instead, which it's a good relationship with f4, and also serves as a pincer against n3. Now when white approaches p3, black can simply block at q2 or block at q3 and again secure the corner. Even if this is an empty triangle here, black's formation is very strong. So when white connects, black will Hane to keep eye shape, and white is over concentrated. And if white plays something on the right side like this, black can always capture a stone to secure eyes and keep the pressure on white's groups. So black could consider this pincer, because if black plays p3, white will extend k3, and now black's formation in the lower right corner, it's a bit korigatachi or over concentrated, and it's the same for the lower left corner. So black turned with Hane on the second line. Another option for black would be to play the pincer at k3 and then either cover or play a counter pincer like this Hasamitsuke or r7. But in a way, it's natural for black to think about s5. Now this spot is pretty good to attack the f4 group, but for white is good enough to play k3. This it's a tiny base but safe, and then when black goes h3, this formation is still over concentrated. So here white can grab a big point on the right side, such as r10, or simply extend again towards the corner. But the thing is, for black would be ideal to have this h3 at j3. So when h3 is close to f4, white can still invade the corner at c3, and then if this happens, black just ends up very crowded. So for white, it's really nice to have this kind of development on the bottom side. Therefore, it's not necessary to be that aggressive and go h3. Now with h3, white is aiming at e3, so for black it's proper to defend e2 or f3. Then white has to come back and protect against the invasion. But black plays a kick, and this actually leaves the idea of e3 and c3, and now black comes in. Well, black is a bit too aggressive here. This invasion is not really necessary. Black could go on the right side. The last open area on the board is around r10, because this middle side extension is where white wants to develop from q15 as well. So black comes in, now white attaches and then crosscut. This actually gives black a powerful position, so why shouldn't go for this crosscut? Simply go up or pull back. In this case, even if black can separate these groups, the way white escapes towards the center with this lower h3 group and also the stones on the right side, it's absolutely fine, because black is kind of forced to run on neutral points this way. So white gets strong in the middle, having the stones on the outside. And well, black has to pay attention. For black it doesn't work to push and cut here, because white will cut back. And if black connects around here to look for a cut, then white will also defend, and this gives white a lot of potential in the middle. So that's an easier way to fight. The crosscut can give black a pretty good shape, because if black plays Atari here and white comes out, when black connects, entry is hurt, and you don't want that. Now if white connects under with the Atari like this, black should take right away. Now white needs another move like j2 or m2 to connect, and this is also painful because black can use Atari here, then block, connect, and this is a false eye, and then connect his stones on the outside. So with that Ponuki, black becomes really thick in the middle, white is low on the second line, and there are more prospects for black to grow in the center. So this already makes the opening much closer, but black didn't capture right away and connected instead. And now this starts to look good for white again. Turn, extend. This Atari is not necessary, simply Nobi. Because even if black goes Atari here, and then he connects, when white links under, black needs to add another move to capture this stone. So white shouldn't provoke that capture. I mean, if something like this happens, and black doesn't capture the stone, white has the option to come out. And if white plays a big point like R10 and black takes this guy, white can just play another move somewhere else. This descent can happen, but okay, it's not necessary. Let's just play away again. And now when black Atari, white will connect. If black goes down, white can play here. On this move, you just connect under and everything is fine. So this Atari was more like a panic move. But okay, black captures, and then white pushes and pushes again, and black goes for Q2. Q2 it's okay for the corner, but on the right side, R10 is still more interesting, because black has a wall and he's supposed to extend from it. If white goes in the corner at R2, the end game can be S2, pull back and defend, or clamp Q2 and attach Q2 and then clamp S3, S2 and then connect. But black shouldn't really worry about this R2 area right now. So white pushes to create cutting points, then extends on the right. This R10 is the last big open space to cover in Fuseki. So this is called Oba, the last big point of on the board. So right now white has a really good opening. Left and right side, those are big potentials. Also the bottom side, it's safe, and black has tiny groups everywhere with lots of invasions. Like white can invade the top, white can invade the lower left corner in two places, and the wall, it's completely meaningless now because white got the extension in the middle of the board. So this looks really hopeful for white. And now black starts with some desperate invasions. So locally here, white can just attach and crosscut, and this group is going to connect. I mean, white stones are okay, but it's also fine to play R7 and don't touch the single stone because that's still weak. And with this move, white is threatening the cut at Q5. So here, black should take a stone in order to stay safe. This exchange is actually okay for white. White can also put pressure in the top like this and then attach one time. But this will remove the invasion. But if this happens, white can come up. So Q12 is just weaker. Black is alert that his group is thin, so he's trying to get a base inside the moil. So here, before connecting, white should actually cut. If black plays Nobi, white has this Atari and then the connection. So now for white, the shape is very good. This is a successful Sabaki, and all of a sudden, black's group in the middle becomes a target. But white's eye shape is quite nice. So the cut is an option. If white cuts here and black goes Nobi, white can block, which is also a good shape, and then connect. So all of a sudden, black has two weak groups, the bottom and the right side. So white connected, that black is alert and he connects too. This Atari could wait. This can be played as a Kotret. Yeah, the descent it's fine. White needs some eye shape and black it's on the run again. So black needs to come out. Now this shoulder hit should actually be 016 because it's a better shape to connect to the corner. Then when black defends, simply Nobi or protect the corner. Q17. The other move is not the follow-up, it's actually not Sente. When you play a move like 016, black can ignore this. Black can push, play a peep, and then slide in the corner to take away white's base. Then separate, and it's a chase. But both black and white have a weak group in the middle, so white can escape. Yeah, this helps the group on the right side. So far so good. Now white is actually safe when playing q17 in the top right corner. Okay, the turn is not bad because this is going to prepare the invasion at e3. Black didn't care. For black it's natural to go up and prevent the Atari, but black was strong on the bottom anyway. Maybe he can accept this Atari though. And for him, the stones on the right are still in trouble, so this kind of jump is necessary and urgent. Yeah, he's trying to connect the stones on the right with the group in the top. And he managed. White leaks under, that's good too. So right now, black has some potential in the top, but in order to increase that moyo, black should play moves like f15, and that prepares the invasion or the reducing on the left side. But probably playing like this is not going to be enough territory for black. Therefore, he tries an invasion. White jumps out. White can think of the invasion on the left. If white plays this move and black covers, white simply Hane, then Atari, and capture one stone in center, then the descended center too. Oops, that's a misclick. Meant to defend like that. So this is the corner black gets, but it's much smaller. And then player shoulder hit here, and maybe a cap move in this case. But the cap move can come later. So we have this jump. For black it's natural to play a Kosumitsuke, oops, and then go out with a one space jump. This would be urgent right now. But black instead defended the corner, so no more Sun invasion here. And now he's in trouble on the left side. But white should still prepare this attack. First play f16, if black comes out, separate the top, which is big. And if black defends, simply play a cap move, and then when black goes in the direction of the top, this will be already surrounded and killed. So no way out. White can also push like this, then block, and block again. The fight seems to be a bit more complicated, but in the end, black is still going to die faster inside. So the easy way would be just double up, because when black pushes here, you cover, push again, you block, and it's done. The group is surrounded. Now the way it happened in the game, so white plays this schema, and black played the jump, which I think he might have misclicked, so white just separates and that's it. But maybe he wanted to sacrifice that stone in order to set up the moyo. But black can try this, and cut, then sacrifice 2 stones and keep pushing down to get the stones on the left side. So this would be more profitable for black, obviously, to get a compensation in the corner. Let's see the actual game. So black played a one space jump, white cuts, and now black is getting a little wall in the top, but it's not enough. White can push first, couple of times, and then even Hane here, because this creates some cutting points, and it's a good shape to get rid of the edge on the left side. Black needs to jump, and then reduce the center from this side, or for example attach, then cut, Atari, and catch some stones on the right side. This would be nice compensation for giving up one stone in the center. Anyway, this schema is good, reduces the middle top area. Then all these pushes. Now with this move, white is looking at the cut at g13. Black tried some desperate combination inside, but nothing worked and he just collapsed. And he resigned. There's not much he can do in the corner. He can capture a stone as compensation like this, but now he has a problem in the center because of the cut. So after this move, black simply gave up. Yeah, there's nothing he can do inside. Very good reading and accurate fight for white in this corner. So well done. Congrats on winning against 2 down on Fox, and keep it up. The only way it's up.